Hello and welcome to How to Make an Activity in Seesaw. So you would think you would come here to the Activities tab with a light bulb to make an activity, but you do not. You go here to Add. So I'm going to click on this green circle and I'm going to go to Assign Activity. Once you get there, you will come to your own home library. This is where all of the activities that you have created or that you have borrowed from another teacher are. There are other tabs. There's the School and District tab and also the Community tab. We're going to stay right here. I would like you to go ahead and you're going to click on Create a New Activity. I'm going to name this activity because without a name, Seesaw won't let me save anything. So we're just going to name it Fractions. I'm going to skip the student instructions, the voice instructions, and the adding multimedia because I'm going to come down here to add a template. I like to get this all set at first. It just kind of helps me know where I'm heading with my lesson or my activity. So I'm going to go down here and click on Add Activities. Now, in order to get some kind of worksheet that is already a PDF, for example, something from Go Math that you've made that's in a PDF, or something from Teacher Pay Teacher, or from wherever, this is where you place those documents. So I go ahead and I click on Upload, and then I've already downloaded an activity that I would, or a PDF that I would like to put into my activity. So I'm going to just grab it and drop it right into there like this. What this does is it takes that entire activity, that entire PDF, and it puts it into the activity. And then from here, I can get rid of the pages that I don't care for or don't want anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, right here, I'm going to click on those little dots right there. There we go. For some reason, it's not clicking for me. And I'm going to delete the pages that I don't want. I don't want that first one, so it's gone. I want to keep that second one. Well, I think I'm going to delete that one as well. I do want this one, and I would like this one. And I think I'm going to delete the rest of these. And you see, you can go through each one by one and keep and delete as you please. So I'm just going to try to very quickly delete the pages that I decide that I don't want for this particular activity. And here we go. So I just want to keep these 2 pages right here. The next thing that I do is I go down here to get my grabber tool. This is going to allow me to resize the pages that I've dropped in. So you'll see in the center here, this blue dot. When I click on it, it allows me to unlock. Once I do that, I can format and I can move this around as much as I would like to. I could make it bigger, I can make it smaller, however you would like to make it. Once I decide how big I want it, then I go back over here usually and I lock it back up. As you can see, you can also duplicate it, so I could make 2 of the same sheet. It's really up to you what you would like to do with it, and you can also delete. So once I get it where I want it, I go ahead and I lock it back up. That's your editing space right there. I always like to put a background in. There's lots of backgrounds, lots of colors, but there's also grid lines, handwriting lines, just lots of different lines you can use. I'm just going to go ahead and use something neutral. Just going to go with that green. So now this page is set up so that when the children get this in their activities, they can actually draw and write and follow all the directions that are on the page. So for example, where it says draw a blue triangle around all of the shapes, they can actually draw on this page. Over here, I can also put a text box in here of some type. So I'm going to just keep this very simple. You can put directions in here. You can put a heading. It is entirely up to you. I'm going to move this over here. I can also come down here and I can edit this. I can change the font. I can change the look of the font again, and I can change the colors. It's really just up to you how fancy or how basic you would like to get with these. And then again, I'm going to lock it. You don't have to lock it, but I just like to lock my things up. Another thing you could do that makes it a little bit kind of fun to do too is you could come here and you could get one of these shapes and you could drag that to wherever you want it, like this, and you can put some fraction fun. You could put another little text box in the middle of it. You could put now you try, something like that, and click off it, and then I can shrink it down. I could bring it over. I can change my font in my editing bar again. And really, it's like I said, it's as much as you would like to do. When I get that page, when that page is all complete, I could go on to the next one and I can do the same thing. I could go down to background, change the backgrounds. It's really up to you. You can put some text. You can reorder these. So see how I can just drag and drop these all around. I can reorder them. I could go up here and I could record on top of this. If I record on top of it, the children have to erase my recording before they can draw on it, just to let you know. Down here, I could also use this to add a little caption. So I could go like this, and I could go, boys and girls, today you're going to be doing some fractions, and we're going to be working on halves, thirds, and fourths, something like that. If I like it, I just click off it, and now that recording is there. When I've got both pages all completely set, then I press that green check. Now I can also add another page, and on that page I could just make up my own. So I could put a text box on here, and I could say something like look around your house for something you can split in half. Take a picture of it and put it here. So you could do something like that. And then again, I click off it and I can resize it. And they can go ahead and they can at home use the camera feature and they could plunk something right onto this page for you. I'm just showing you an idea. You can put in whatever ideas. I'm sure you guys are going to be very much more creative than anything that I've got here right now, but that's just another idea for you to add to your activity. You can add more pages. Really, pretty much sky's the limit. I want to show you just one other quick little trick with this. If I make this a little bit smaller, I can also drag in any PNG. I can take any kind of a photo that I've uploaded as a photo, and I can drop that right into here. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab those two. I took these 2 pages, and now I can drag these, and I can, make a little speech bubble coming out of him like this, and make it big and say, good luck on your fractions or something like that. So you can really make it quite a bit of fun. And if you don't want the page, once again, you can just go ahead and you can delete it just like that. So you can just go ahead and delete it. And then once you get all of your pages set just how you want them, then what you do is you go ahead and check it. That will save those, but you can still change it if you want to, so it's okay. Now what you can do is you can go ahead and you can type in your directions for the activities. So I'm just going to show you one direction to save time here, but my first direction that I always like to put is I like to put this. Be sure to click on the plus button to add this to your journal. That's the thing that I always tell them to do first. And you notice how I put the colon around the plus sign? That's because you can find all of these little shortcuts, Seesaw shortcut icons. So by putting that plus like that with the colons around it, I created this symbol right here, this little green symbol. So it's kind of cool that way. So now I could add more. I'm not going to right now. I can also go down here and I can add voice instructions. Be sure to click on the plus button to add this to your journal or whatever you want it to say. I can also go down here and I could add teaching space. So I'm going to go ahead and grab one of these worksheets that I have on the side. These are all saved as photos, as a PNG. And I'm going to say, yes, I would like that. And now on this page, what I could do is I could teach from here. So I can grab my microphone, start recording, and I'm going to go down here and get my pointer tool. And I could say something like, well, hello, boys and girls. Today we are going to be learning about, equal shares. And this doesn't really go with the other page, but I could go ahead and I could teach from this page. And I could have them watch this video first and then go ahead and go into the activity pages. When I like my recording, my teaching part of this, I go ahead and I click done. And then I'm going to want to go ahead and click the green. I always tell my boys and girls to look for those green check marks. They're always your friends. And I could go ahead and click check. And again, I can add several pages, as you just saw. I could add several pages onto this one too. Let me show you that again. But I could go ahead and I can add another page onto here. I could have another page of teaching. So I could go ahead up like this and I can add another. I could, go ahead and record and have another teaching page. So I can have several teaching pages as well. And check. And I just want to show you now, I've got my title, I've got instructions, I've got me reading the instruction, I've got my teaching portion right here. This is where I like to do my teaching from, and then I've got my template down there, and then I go ahead and I save. And this is what it will look like when it comes to them. And that is how to make an activity.